get right to the indelible Steve Stern. Steve, always great. It's great to have you back. Always good to have you, Steve.
Great to be here, and we're going to talk about some interesting things today. We've been talking about precinct strategy for many, many years, and Dan Schultz kind of stepped back a little bit. Been doing it for 14 years, and we've got a new site called precinctprojectusa.org. I'm going to put it up here. I don't know if you got it on the scene there, but there it is right there. And why this is important. We started this last week. Jonathan Broadbent, Annie Meehan, uh, Joel Brazil, all three of us, one from Ohio, one from Pennsylvania, and one from Wisconsin, and now we have Florida. So we have four that started this. We had a Zoom meeting with one person from every state. And why was that important? Well, precinct strategy, which is still out there, and Dan Schultz still has the website, www.precinctstrategy.com. You can get a book. You can tell everything what's happening in the Republican Party, how to get involved. So why do we have two websites? Well, the new one is important because there's 400,000 slots in the Republican Party, and there's 200,000 people involved. Now, we've been working on this for a long time, and because precinct strategy hasn't been able to get more people, we decided to open this up, start to get people from every state, try to get one. If every committee man and committee woman get one person in, that's 200,000 people. So that's our first goal. Each committee man, each committee woman, bring in one person over the next 6 months. Okay? What had happened on the Zoom that we had? The big thing was people found each other. One state called the other state, and it really went phenomenal. We had chairs and vice chairs. Those are the people in leadership uh, uh, programs. Now, what do you do when you become a committee man and committee woman? So every area has one. Every county, every precinct has, in the United States, has a committee or a different, they call it different in different states. And what do you do when you become a committee man and committee woman? You attend meetings, you vote, you get candidates elected, you sign up voters, you canvass neighborhoods, you poll watch and poll workers, and you do phone calls. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a monthly letter out that never happened before to tell you what's happening. We have staff round the clock in DC. You learn how to recruit members. One of our in Broward, I'm the vice chair of Broward County. Richard DiNapoli is updating this little pamphlet, which tells you how to get involved and what you got to do when you become a committee man and a committee woman. Because people come in, they have no clue what they got to do. So this is a guide to what you have to do as a committee man and a committee woman. Now, we're going to have another precinct strategy and election security call in middle of March. And the next event that we have is going to be Monday. Is going to be a fundraiser at Trump International. There's a little picture. We have a golf tournament. We have a speaking event. There'll be an election security call with about 8 million people. We're going to have on Brian Swenson, who's the head of the RNC. He's going to be talking about now how to become a poll watcher and poll worker. Go to protectthevote.com. Very important for the midterms. Not everybody's talking about the midterms, but we are doing that. So Brian is going to talk to you about how we're going to try to win the midterms, because normally the Democrats take over on this time, but we're fighting hard. Linda Sinkowitz will be on there, fightvoterfraud.org. Harry Horry, Chris Marino, my chairman, is going to be talking about how to get involved in precinct strategy. Colonel Tim Schindler, Joe DeBox, he's in New York, big operation, has 5 different podcasts. Great guy. He'll be talking about Peter Tickton is going to be talking on our election security call, as well as to the audience at 2:00. He's going to be talking about Tina Peters. You know how we've been trying to get her out of jail. He's going to be talking about him expecting her to be out in the next 6 months, which is very important. We're going to have one of our podcasters new, John Gordon, who you had on the show, I think, Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I'm going to have Dave Pratt on. Dave Pratt, as you know, vice chair of the Liberty University, was a congressman. We're going to have Chris Gleason running for office in Florida, Bernadette Smith running for Senate in Michigan. And then we're going to have a very important person. I'm not sure if you ever had him on your show, Dr. Robert Epstein. Well, why is he important? He's probably the most important guy that we're going to have on. Why is that? He has an organization of 11,000 people trying to stop Google from swaying this next 2026 election. And if you think they're sleeping, just the other day, I got blocked by Google when I sent out an email to 100 of our people. And they are starting to block us. They're starting to put out bad vibes against the Republican Party, and we have to stop them. So that's some of the important things that we're doing. We want everybody to get involved. They always talk about that. And we want to give you a chance to ask some questions because we're doing a lot with election integrity and precinct strategy and moving ahead to try to win the 2026 election.
All right, here's my question, and then I gotta bounce here because we are a little bit behind today, Steve. Your good friend John Goodman, he was on my show I think Monday. He's got this thing going on with voter integrity, voter ID. He says he doesn't need anything; it's in the Constitution. He sent me his brief. All this stuff is that real or not?
Yeah, he's real, but he just stepped back from everything because the Washington Post did an article and kind of like um, um, Lindell. We gave Lindell some stuff to take to President Trump. He said he did, but then he came out in the article and said he didn't. Peter Tickton kind of like didn't say anything about John on the thing, and they called me to do the interview too. But I don't do interviews in newspapers because you never know what they're going to say. The John's a good guy, but I think he's stepping back now, and we're going to have new people. He went to the library and spent 8 hours looking at the Constitution and get information for Tickton. He did a lot of research. He's great on research. He knows what he's doing. He's very smart. Good friend of mine. So we got to give him a little time off. He's a little disappointed in people and doing things. He never gives up, but I think he stepped back for about 2 months just to get his mind together.
Take a little what they call a respite. All right,
There you
people want to get involved with your big event coming up. Steve-O, where do they go?
You can go to Stern American Rumble. You can go to sstern1054gmail.com. We'll give you a link. You can call me. You can go to theflagshirt.com. We've got all the 250 stuff. Phenomenal. We'll have probably about 8 million people viewing this thing. Again, my email's on the bottom of the screen. They can always call you. You always give them my information. And, we're spreading this across the country. We found a lot of new chairs and vice chairs. We got a lot of MAGA people. But remember, Republican Party has the rhinos, they got the establishment, and they got the MAGA. So we're trying to take it over. Have a great weekend. Action, action, action. Thanks for having me on.
Steve, always a pleasure to have you on. Before we go, how's your lovely bride?
Everybody's good. She'll be coming to Trump International and watching. This is a tough job. I got to tell you, we spent 6 weeks, 4 hours a day on this thing. They only allow us 200 people. We've got 200 people, 54 golfers. Hole in one is 25,000. So people are coming in. And I got to tell you, we're finding new people to donate because what we're doing is we're trying to turn Broward County red. We've sent out 100,000 emails to blacks, to Hispanics to get involved, and that's important.
Good deal. Well, tell your wife I said hi. She's one of my favorite people in the world, and tell her don't forget to keep wearing that little jacket she bought in Iceland.
We'll
See you, man.